What's the deal, man? What's the story?
Behind Altamesa.
You used to live by the songs that you sung, swagger in your step and leather all lungs. But those days are long behind you, my friend, and you know they're never coming back again.
It's one of those weird documentaries like 3 days ago.
And how you went through it all away, thinking that you could come back someday. But you were wrong.
Okay, so I mean, it's not a big deal if you run into someone, just smile and say you're sorry, but like, just no, okay? So here we go, we're gonna count you in, and we're gonna let you go.
2-step lessons.
5, 6,
Well, for me growing up in Austin, it's been kind of a blessing and a curse. More of a blessing in the important ways, I'd say. I mean, there's the obvious stuff. It's that built-in stuff you don't get in other towns as much. Get the chance to play some great venues just growing up here. It's a unique opportunity, just being a place where people want to go out, people want to pay to see shows, that whole scene. But, with that comes 1,000 other bands out here, 1,000 venues out here, that kind of saturation. It becomes less about the music, more about the scenes, and it's tough to cut through that noise kind of as a songwriter.
You can request anything you want.
will you play it?
Probably not. Hey man, I'm Evan.
Hey, Robert.
But, the flip side of that kind of saturation is you get people coming from far and wide, similar types of people, similar ambitions, but bringing different kinds of music. And if you end up lucky, some of these people become your friends and you end up learning a lot from them and getting inspired by them, and that's pretty much where I am with Sean right now.
Well, when I first met Evan, I had just come back off the road for a couple months with my band at the time, The Happenings, and I needed a beer, so I went straight to the hole in the wall where he happened to be playing with his band at the time, The Sweet Nothing. Thought those guys were pretty good, so I thought it best to head over and introduce myself, say hello.
I met Sean at the hole in the wall because he didn't see it fit that we were doing a Stone's Midnight Rambler, so he had to let us know.
We were pretty fast friends, and eventually Ricky Ray hit the road to play with Fosse and had to take a break from The Happenings, and I figured, Evan totally could fill in.
I think I was 24 at that time, because I remember I'd made it into my two favorite bands, Nick Armstrong being the other one. But I didn't have my own band, and I did have a big back catalog of songs that I was sitting on, definitely thinking about.
I just told him that he should get off his ass and come up here and make a record. I'm Jonas Wilson. We're at the Skeleton Farm studio out in Leander. Had a small little nudge for Altamesa to happen, I think.
By the way, you guys are welcome to come to the studio.
4 stars in the local rag.
That first album was called Long Ride Home. And
I think he was doing like a solo thing at the time.
for me, and I think for Evan, we were both excited to come back in for a second round.
At some point, during this time that we spent together, Evan and I, did some traveling. Not to play music, but, just for ourselves, and we went west.
Something about going out there just sort of fundamentally changed my internal chemistry. And
those experiences kind of got stuck in our heads. And I knew exactly what he was talking about and where he was at when he said he was going to name his new band Altamesa. So, selfishly, I wanted to do it too.
I told him I was going to start another band, and did he want to be in it? And I think his response was, yeah, if you're smart.
Awesome. With the introduction of Sean in the arrangement and writing process, and here with us, that's when I saw that band take shape, which was great, because Sean's one of my absolute favorite guitar players in the world.
Where we're pulling the sounds from, I'm just going to say we're pulling them right out of Sean's right hand.
Sure, but Evan's songs are really great.
There's always a song at the forefront of it.
and songs. I mean, just songs as well as songwriting's off the charts too. So I think it's like having that balance of the sound and songwriting.
I had a new batch of material we've been testing out with some regular guys, Billy Potts, who I played with in Nick Armstrong's band, and Bill Stevenson from the Honey Bears, who we ended up taking back into the Skeleton Farm for the first session of a new record. Yeah, Billy ended up playing on the whole record, had a few other guys patch in too, my buddy Z Lynch and Ricky Ray Jackson, and my really good friend Chris Ritchie ended up coming on to track some bass, and he ended up staying on as the permanent guy. By the way, this is a guy I've known since we were 8 years old.
We ended up doing 10 songs over the course of 8 days over several months out there at the Skeleton Farm.
Awesome. It was a wonderful, magical moment.
Going in, I knew we all wanted to hang on to the core of the song, but I knew Sean and Jonas were definitely going to push the sound.
Everybody could agree that to take some chances sonically on it.
Yeah, I mean, we got the sound we wanted for Altamesa.
There's some sand. There's some desert sand in there. You know, there's cactuses and coyotes.
We made a record we were proud of. You know, the integrity was there. And with a new guy, Tom Washburn, joining the band, you know, we're just excited to get our ducks in order and get this thing out.
There's just such a great storyteller in the song. I love every narrative on this record.
You know, we're all inspired by these other artists, so we put that on our jacket, but then we take it forward in the future. And I feel like that's what Altamesa is doing, you know, with their sound right now.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it was
Sounds sweaty.